congratulations to Clemson coming out. And man, I knew all week you heard how bad you are and how you didn't show up, you didn't play against Notre Dame. You hear that enough, you're going to come out with your best game. We knew we were going to get their best shot. Their defensive line, I thought, played really, really well tonight. Gave us some problems up front offensively. They brought a lot of pressure tonight, with their linebackers as well, and getting in our backfield. We really couldn't get anything going offensively. We were sputtering here and there, but not a whole lot getting going. Thought our defense played really, really hard tonight. Created some turnovers. Even when it didn't look great for us, they still fighting and getting turnovers. And really proud of them. Didn't tackle great tonight. I thought we missed some tackles on Shipley and 26, and we knew that coming in it was going to be a big thing. We had to tackle well, and shoot, we didn't do as great as we would like to do, but we still had opportunities. In the second half, we still had opportunities. We didn't make the most of it offensively. And I thought, we're beaten banged up a little bit right now, and we don't have many receivers, and of course Malik got beaten banged again, and. But I'm proud of our guys. What I told them in the locker room, we're really proud of how they continue to fight. When things are down and out, they have not given up, and they didn't lay down, and they didn't tonight, all the way to the last play when we threw a touchdown pass. And so I'm proud of them. We got to regroup. We got to come back tomorrow and get ready for NC State.
Do you know the status of Malik coming out?
I don't know. He came out in the second half and tried to throw, and on the last play before halftime on the run, came down on his shoulder. I think it's just an AC sprain on his shoulder. If it was on the left side, probably could have played, but since it was the right side, couldn't play. So I think he'll probably be listening day-to-day. We'll know more when we get back.
What went on, with the run game today? Because you popped a couple big ones, but for the most part, it was kind of tough sledding.
They got a lot of good players up there. If you saw them standing there, they're some big dudes, very talented. And then here's the thing I thought they did a really good job of is with their inside pressures, their linebackers they brought down. There's a lot of guys in there. There's not many holes. And we were running sideways. And, I thought we did, we popped a few here and there. And against a great defense like that, you got to stick with it. You got to hope you can hit some holes. Tyon had a nice hole on that one. George Jordan had a couple nice holes and some good runs. But you're not going to just line up and do that consistently. So we tried to stick with it when the game was in hand. In the second half, obviously got to get away from it a little bit and go to more, trying to spread them out a little bit more. And then it doesn't help either the fact that we didn't hit many plays on the perimeter early in the game, so now they can continue to load the box up. So we got to hit more on the outside. I think, that we hit some in the second half, but we didn't do enough early in the game. I think to loosen them up a little bit.
Tyler Hudson didn't have a big game.
Yeah, he did.
But you got to have somebody else.
Yeah. He had a big game, but Amari's still hobbling out there a little bit. Braden is in the slot there. It's tough to get open. Marshawn. That's about all we got right now at this point in the season. And those guys, they were tired there in the fourth quarter, and we're trying to get open, and they're playing man, and it's hard. It's hard for us because we don't have anybody else to sub, really. And kind of got wore down that way in the second half. But we got to regroup. We got to get healed up. We got to get some guys healthy to be able to come back and play a tough NC State team as well.
Scott, how confident are you that these guys will be able to kind of flush what happened today and get back to the way you were playing during the fourth?
Well, I still think, we did some really good things tonight. We'll try to look at those things and say, created some turnovers and kind of had a couple more as well. It's a big play right before half, I think, when they fumbled and we almost picked it up, and then they hit Shipley we get them on the PI down the sideline, they ended up scoring. That was a huge play right before half, I thought. So there's a lot of positives to take from this game, and to come back. We get to play back at our stadium next week, and senior day, so we got to regroup.